Hello my grade 5s. I hope that after yesterday's 4 methods of multiplication you didn't feel confused and that you had a definite choice, one that you preferred more than the others. Today we're going to be multiplying by bigger numbers. So not all of the methods that we learned yesterday will be able to be used with bigger numbers. Today we're going to be looking at this sum. 24 times by 56, and I'm going to do it in a few different ways. The first way will be the breaking up way. Now, yesterday we had a big number and then we had a unit. Today we've got two big numbers, so we need to break both of them up. 24 is 20 plus 4, and 56 is 50 plus 6. Now we've got to times the 20 by 50 and by 6, and then we've got to times the 4 by 50 and by 6. So let's do the 20 first. 20 times by 50 and then 20 times by 6. So we've done the 20. Now let's do the 4. 4 times by 50 and 4 times by 6. So now we've done both of them by both of these. Make sure you keep your columns correct when you do these. Remember, when we have zeros, we can hide them. Put your fingers over them so that you can't see them. 2 times by 5 is 10. And then we have 2 zeros to put back. Cover this 0, hide it with your finger. 2 times by 6 is 12. And let's put back 1 0. Hide the 0. 4 times by 5 is 20. And let's put that 0 back. 4 times by 6 is 24. And now that we've got an answer for each one, we can add those up together. The halving and doubling method does work for bigger numbers, but it's not quite as easy when you've got smaller numbers. But let's have a look at how it works with bigger numbers. 24 times by 56. If we halve 24, we will get 12. And if we double 56, 50 plus 50 is 100, and 6 plus 6 is 12. So we've got 112. Now that is still a difficult sum. So let's halve and double again. Let's halve the 12. Half of 12 is 6. And let's double 112. 100 doubled is 200. 10 doubled is 20. And 2 doubled is 4. That is still a difficult sum to do. So let's halve and double again. Half of 6 is 3. Double 224 is 224 plus 224, which is 448. Still a difficult sum, so we're going to have to bring in some breaking up. Remember that 448 is 400 plus 40 plus 8, and we need the 3 to multiply each of those. So we will have 3 times by 400 plus 3 times by 40 plus 3 times by 8. So there's the 400, there's the 40, and there's the 8. And we've multiplied each one of them by 3. I see zeros, and zeros make it easier. Cover, cover. 3 times 4 is 12. Put back our 2 zeros. Cover this 0. 3 times 4 is 12. And put back 1 0. And 3 times 8 is 24. And if we add all of those together, we get 1,344. If we do the same sum again, and we do the column method, this is where it gets a little more complicated than yesterday. We will cover the 5 for the moment. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 2 is 12, plus the 2 is 14. So we've used the 6. Now we're going to use the 5. But it's not really a 5, is it? It's a 50, because that number is 56. So this 5 is a 50. We are going to write down the 0. We call it our magic 0. Because once we've put our 0 down there, then we can multiply by the 5. So 5 times by 4 is 20. 5 times by 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And if we add that together, we get 1,344. I don't think many of you will use this method yet. I still think it's a bit complicated, but you are welcome to try it. I am of the opinion that most of you will use the breaking up method for the bigger numbers. So I'm going to do one more with you. Let's do 45 times by 62. 45 is 40 plus 5, and 62 is 60 plus 2. So let's start with the 40 and multiply him first by the 60 and then by the 2. Now let's use the 5. 5 first by the 60 and 5 by the 2. So now we've used the 40 and the 2, the 5 and the 60 and the 2. Cover your zeros. 4 times by 6 is 24. And put your zeros back. Cover your 0. 4 times by 2 is 8. And put your 0 back. Notice how I'm getting my columns in the right places. Cover your 0. 5 times by 6 is 30. And put your 0 back. And the last one, 5 times 2 is 10. And now we can add those up. Why did I rub those out? Silly me. Okay. 0, 9, 7, 2. So grade 5 for exercise 77.1. Number 1 is asking you to round off and estimate the answers first. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine questions 1 and 2 together. Next to the margin, you will do the rounding off. So 45 times by 62, rounded off, will be 50 times by 60. And you know how to do these because we cover the zeros and carry on. Next to the fold, we will do the actual numbers. This is where you will work out what 45 times by 62 is. I'm pretty sure that most of you will use the breaking up method for this, but it's up to you. Use the method that suits you best.